Yes, I, Grenada, Carrico, Petey Morning and the world. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Life program. People, this is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. People, whether you're in Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, wherever you are, we'd like to say welcome to Mikey Live. Folks, this is news discussed, not told. We give you news with a twist, if you know what I mean, right? So here's what. We have so many things to tell you about tonight. I don't know if we're going to get enough time to tell you all of those things, you know. But anyway, man robbed at gunpoint in Grand Dance. He says, we're going to tell you about his story. News out of Jamaica. After a star-studded welcome back concert, we are now hearing from Jamaica that police officers are awaiting medical report to decide whether to charge Buju Banton. We'll tell you why. Giovanni Thomas is the Brain B winner. Also, petroleum products prices have changed, and we will tell you what those changes are. All workers to report to work at the River Antoine Estate. We got word from the union as well. Spice Mass Corporation. They are calling for Queen Show participants, particularly for the parish of St. George. As well, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago experienced the dustiest days of 2019. It ain't easy for some people, trust me on that. As well, man who fell off pole is going to be okay. We'll tell you more about that later on. And Brother B releases a new music video. So we have a lot of things to tell you about, people, so brace all yourself. We see now that we are joined by WPG10, and so we'd like to welcome the folks on WPG10 who are just joining us. It is our pleasure to have you with us as well. The folks on YouTube, we're happy to have you with us. We encourage you, the folks on Facebook, to share the program. You see, when you share the program, that's how other people get to know what's happening. So all you share the business, yeah? Now when I come back, people, it's real news in all the lilo. So stay tuned, we will be back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We can't wait for carnival, drinking rum and getting on, roaming all over the tongue. That is how we are with fun. Whoa, ooh yeah, whoa, ooh yeah. Well, foreigners from all over coming down to Grenada. Yes, they like in the job. Yes, they like in Spice Mass. Whoa, ooh yeah, whoa. Grenada for the world. They can't wait for us to come. They can't wait for us to come. Oh, you come. Split the rum, bring the gun. They can't. Get in your section, get in your direction. Get in your section, get in your direction. Follow the mass going, and we going, and we going. Let's follow the mass going, and we going, and we going. Get in your section.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
to get fit for 2019? Then start your journey to fitness with Courts. Buy any Marcy or Land Ranger gym equipment for $4.99 and over from now until March 31st and enter for your chance to win your purchase free. Shop now and pay nothing until Easter 2019. Your journey to fitness begins with Courts. Visit us today for your gym equipment and enter to win. Courts, bringing value home.
Yes, so all you, we ready for them. All you make sure all you get all the coke and thing, get all the whole business and thing, because we are about to talk about some real thing. Now, folks, the first thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, the good. Now, the best brain in Grenada is Giovanni Thomas from J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School. Now, Thomas took the challenge 5 months ago and competed with 14 other students from 7 different secondary schools across the island. The Grenada Boys Secondary School, Presentation Brothers College, Wesley College, Westerhall Secondary, Westmoreland Secondary, and Hillsborough Secondary. Giovanni is now the best brain in Grenada, they say. Now, the Grenada National Brain Bee Challenge is a competition between secondary school students from forms 3 to 5. It is fashioned after the spelling bee competition, and it has 3 phases. 1, a preliminary stage, 2, a zonal stage, and 3, the finals. However, in this competition, all questions are about the brain. Now, in preparation for the finals, the 15 students got the opportunity to visit the St. George's University for the day, where they were exposed to the human brain and had lectures from different doctors at the university. The finals was held on Saturday, March 16 at 2:30 p.m. at the Bond Lecture Hall in St. George's University Trubrook campus, with the opening ceremony where the students were congratulated, motivated, and encouraged to do their best and enjoy this experience to the fullest. Then it was a live competition, phase 1, Clash of the Brains, and phase 2, Last Man Standing. And folks, those children bright. Now, the first place winner was Giovanni Thomas of the J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School, and he won a tablet sponsored by the People's Group, certificate of participation, stethoscope, credit union account from Communal Cooperative Credit Union, shares from Ariza Credit Union, and a winner's trophy sponsored by Communal Cooperative Credit Union, a trip to Daegu, Korea for September from the 21st to the 25th, 2019, and neuroscience books. The second place winner, Rikiba Keaton Bain from the Westmoreland Secondary School. She won a tablet sponsored by People's Group, certificate of participation, stethoscope, credit union account from the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, and shares at the Riser Credit Union. And the third place winner, Joshua Duncan, is from the Grenada Boys Secondary School. He won a Samsung J4 Plus sponsored by Flow, certificate of participation, stethoscope, credit union account by the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, and shares from the Ariza Credit Union. Folks, you can join me in congratulating the winners of the Brain Bee. Yeah, them boys and them and the ladies and them, they were really good. Here are your participants. All right, please join me in giving them a round of applause. Come on, people, that's a young brain. You know what I mean? One of the ladies there with a lighting shoes. Next thing she take off and a guy the galaxy kind of shoes and thing. Big up to all the whole self, you know. Y'all did really, really, really well. Your parents were proud. Everybody were proud of you. So organize all the business and thing, yeah. And think they had a night assembly and thing today for Giovanni Boy at the J.W. Fletcher. In fact, folks, it is the first time, you know, people. They say that is the first time that the school was participating in the business, so they had a nice little thing. You know, they have motivational speeches and thing, and you know, just encouraging him and thing, you know, and the boy feel good and thing. You know, it was a really good experience for him. You know, all them students and them and thing, and you see them, yeah, man. So all them, it was like a nice little thing for them, right? So we're moving on. How we looking for time? I tell all you, we have a real thing to tell all you about. We ain't sticking. In fact, you can get more on this story on our website, mikeylive.com. We already put it there. Petroleum prices have changed, and so you need to know about it. Here are some of the changes. Now, the general public, you are hereby informed of those changes which took effect as of today. The retail prices of petroleum products, gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and liquefied petroleum gas. All right. Now, in Grenada, gasoline moves from $14.05 to $14.59. All right. So there's an increase there. Diesel moves from $14.48 to $14.83. Kerosene from $9.11 to $9.33. LPG cooking gas, well, you know, that remains the same. And then they had the Caribbean. All those things remain the same. In terms of the 100-pound cylinder, $215.79. So that was the old price. The new price is $219.19. Bulk moves from $2.25 per pound to $2 and, well, it stays the same, all right, based on the figures that we have here. Carrier Cool, the old price of gasoline $14.23. The new price is $14.77. Diesel $14.66. The new price $15.01. Kerosene from $9.30 to $9.52. And on Pete Martinique, gasoline from $8.73 per gallon to $9.27. Diesel from $9.16 to $9.51. Kerosene from $9.30 to $9.52. Okay, and the LPG cooking gas for Caricom Pete Martinique is $49. That remains the same, all right? Good. Petro Caribbean, same thing. The 100-pound moves from $238.79 to $242.19, and the bulk remains the same. Now, the new retail prices are computed based on the average FOB cost. This is ex-refinery prices for the period 14 February 2019 to 13 March 2019. Customers, you are strongly encouraged to immediately notify the Price Control or Consumer Affairs Unit in the Ministry of Finance of any instances of overpricing, and you can call 440-1369. Okay, all right, so folks, the next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, there was a developing situation at the River Antoine Estate, and so the Trade Union Council and so on, they got involved and they settled the business, and of course we got to let you know about that. Now, the Grenada Trade Union Council on Friday afternoon, March 15, 2019, they say that they held a successful meeting with the management of the River Antoine Estate, and that was to resolve an industrial-related impasse between the company and its workers, represented by the Grenada Maritime Manual and Intellectual Workers Union, the GMMIWU. Now, following what appears to be an apparent misunderstanding, several workers, they were asked not to report to work over the past week, and that was asked to them by the management. Now, the workers met with the GTUC, that is the Grenada Trade Union Council, and sought its intervention in the matter. Now, the GTUC established contact with the GMMIWU, the union representing the workers, and subsequently met with the management of the estate. Now, according to the union, a discussion was held with the GTUC and the company. Now, the management of the River Antoine Estate was represented by its general manager and owner, Ms. Shirley Richards, and its marketing advisor, Mr. Simon Green. The Grenada Trades Union Council was represented by its president, Brother Andre Lewis, and the GTUC member, Brother Trevor Xavier. Now, it was agreed that all the workers will report to work as of Monday, March 18, 2019. A joint meeting will be held during the next week between the management, workers, GMMIWU, and the GTUC to address matters of general concern, and that meeting is expected to be held sometime this week. Now, the Grenada Trades Union Council takes this opportunity, they say, to thank the management of the River Antoine Estate for the understanding demonstrated. How about that? All ya, how we looking for time? Now, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, Spice Mass Corporation, all ya, the launch of Spice Mass, I think it's going to be in May, because they had to make some adjustments, but we're going to talk to the CEO maybe tomorrow or so about this, right? But I was informed that it is very likely to change from April to May because of the Maroon and the St. Mark's Day celebration and things. So they want to make sure that it will be held on a date that doesn't conflict with other cultural events and so on. But anyway, being that as it may, Spice Mass Corporation is looking for a suitable delegate, and that is to represent the St. George's Parish in the 2019 Carnival Queen Show, Majestic Thursday. Now, here's what. Delegates must be between the ages of 18 and 26 and must not be 27 before the staging of the pageant. Delegates must have at least 5 CSEC O level, including English, and possess a good command of the English language. Now, delegates must possess a talent, and the delegate must be a citizen of, a resident of Grenada in excess of 3 years. Now, according to the Spice Must Corporation, the delegates must have a very credible standing within the community, and this must be supported by 2 character references from professional luminaries within the community. Now, family affiliates will not be accepted. Now, contestants must not be married. As well, contestants must not have given birth nor be pregnant on the day or days leading up to the show or on the night of the show itself. Please email your applications to KIRLALEX, that is KIRLALEX @hotmail.com, or drop it off at the Spice Masters office, which is Spice Masters Corporation, Suite D6, GCNA Complex, Kirani James Boulevard, St. George's, PO Box 3238. Please submit applications by Thursday, 21st March 2019. Only suitable applicants will be acknowledged. Make sure all your tell all your friends in the community, ones who are looking good and they have met the criteria, ask them to register, all right? Because the thing will be nice. Okay, how are we looking? How are we looking? Well, maybe we could get one of the Mikey Live contestants to participate. No, there was one of the things, it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the whole thing, but I remember having a discussion with the ex-CEO about contestants not being married, and I was told by many that that's a standard across everywhere, that contestants of the Queen pageant and so on must not be married. And I would like for Grenada to probably lead the charge. Probably we could be the first country to set a trend, to say that we are not going to accept this standard and we are not going to be discriminating against marriage. There's nothing wrong with marriage, okay? So if the woman is married and she's 20 and she's, and she meets everything else, she should be fine. Being married, you stop putting a negative connotation on marriage. That's what it seemed to do. So probably Grenada is going to be one of the first islands to express how we feel about this and get it going, because Grenada trending right now. Anything we do, others go follow. Or I say, Kevin, we could work on it, Mr. Jacob? Yeah, man, we could show them how we could do things. Anyway, we're looking forward to a very interesting Spice Mass launch, all right? Now, we would have to talk to Attorney Rogers Ferguson about this one, but we're going to tell you about it briefly, that the Privy Council has dismissed Hewitt Lane's appeal to be admitted to the bar to practice law. Now, he was one of the group of 17 who was convicted in 1986 for the murder of Revolutionary Prime Minister Maurice Bishop and several of his cabinet members. Now, he would have served this time, I think it was 26 years in prison, all right? And so he went, he studied while he was in prison, and he did all he's supposed to do. Then he graduated, he got his honors and stuff like that, okay? And he attempted to join the bar in Grenada. He was refused. He appealed, and he go up and up and up and all the way to the Privy Council because he wants to be able to practice law. Well, the Privy Council denied that. And they were talking a lot about, they were concerned about maintaining the public's confidence in the members of the profession. And given his history and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You don't want to know my opinion on the business, But anyway, lately that talk right there. Right. All right. So we have already set up to speak with attorney on this one. Attorney Rogers Ferguson on that one, So yeah, we organize ourselves on that one. How are we looking for time? There we go again. Now, earlier, hear that one, my boy? Mr. Terrence Wells. He's actually from Mount Horn. He's currently residing in St. George's. He said that he was robbed on Friday night into Saturday morning, sometime around 3 o'clock, at gunpoint and knife point by. Yeah? Now he says 2 men, one armed with a cutlass and the other with a knife, accosted him while he was awaiting a bus. He's come out on a little session, a little karaoke session and thing now. Yeah? And he said while he was there, he just feel somebody come close to him and thing like that. Yeah? And then the next thing you know, they asking for the man money, people. We spoke to him about the incident.
Well, Friday night, I was with some friends hanging out. Finished karaoke, went to Junction. Well, I decided, because I had to go to work in the morning, so I left them. I take a bus and go home. Standing right in front by CK's, waiting for a bus. And this guy came up alongside me. So I wasn't paying no heed. I mean, just ordinary person waiting for a bus. And then knife on my throat. The next one come out from behind in the bush, behind the alley, alongside CK's there, with a gun in hand and put him on my head. Give us what you have. So I'm like, yo, what going on? I was like, well, you want to so and so there. They go, what you want? You're fucking dead. What happened to you? Yeah. And I'm on strip me. Take my chain, they take my watch, take my ring, take my phone, and my money in my wallet.
And Wells gave a description of the man he believed robbed him.
I have a slight idea of one of the guys. I don't know him, but if I see him, yeah, I could say that's him. But the other one, I know once I get one, then I get the other one. Yeah, well, I mean, the guy is around my height, around 5'10", 6 feet tall. Yeah, a little darker in complexion than me. High sides burn and beard. He's wearing a grey vest with a dark blue, a black and grey Adidas pants.
Were they wearing masks?
No.
Okay. Do they seem to be Grenadians to you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, because after they speak and then direction in which they went to, yeah, I mean, the voice and you see that is something that them guys are accustomed to doing. It's not something random. It's something they're accustomed to doing.
All right, and so we asked him, so what do you really want to see happen right now?
Well, just I'll tell you what I would like happen. Yeah, trust me, you won't be able to play it. But, you know, the police has some leads and they're working on it. You know? I have also had some friends working on some stuff for me. Yeah. Okay. But honestly, I would really love the police to catch them before me. Yeah. Trust me. The way the mood I'm in right now, and for the stuff I've lost, to me, it's not about the jewelry and the money. It's my phone with all the memories of my kids, my mom. You know, whenever I go to visit my mom, I do videos, take pictures. You understand? And to me, that's sacrilege. Once you do that to me, yeah, there's no return. Trust me. Right now, honestly, that's my feeling. Believe me.
All right. No, we asked him whether or not he reported the incident to the police, and he confirmed that he did. All right. Okay, folks, we are going to continue. How are we looking for time? Folks, it was no ordinary weekend for us here in Grenada, boy. Like David Rhoda would have said in his song, dust in the face, I said dust in the place. Folks, we have experienced Sahara dust like we have never done in 2019 at least. Now, over the course of Sunday, 17 March 2019, scores of people across Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada began feeling the effects of dense Sahara dust across the region. The Sahara dust outbreak has produced unhealthy air quality across much of the southern Windward Islands on Sunday into Monday. Visibility has been reduced to less than 5 kilometers. Thankfully, the peak concentration associated with this event occurred early Sunday. However, unhealthy levels of Sahara dust will remain across the southern Caribbean through Monday based on the latest dust modules. All right. This dust event was well forecast with indications of a dense plume of Saharan dust arriving over the weekend since last Tuesday. As the week progressed, the severity of the plume and this Sahara dust outbreak was clear. Now here's what. Based on the latest modules now, Sahara dust concentrations will likely return to mid-levels late Wednesday into Thursday. However, in the interim, the concentration will fluctuate between unhealthy levels on Monday to unhealthy for sensitive groups on Tuesday through Wednesday. By Thursday, air quality will return to moderate levels. All right, and I know that there are a lot of people who were talking about how they were feeling stuffy, a lot of sneezing, uncomfortable sinus problems and so on. So folks, that is the reason for it. And the place looked really hazy. It's almost like I took this picture roughly around 5 p.m. This one was taken yesterday around 5 p.m. and it looked like it was going to rain, but that is what the dust looks like. Just before coming on the program as well, I felt a little discomfort, and other people talked about it as well. But at least we make it. Folks, we have an update for you relating to an incident that happened on Saturday where a worker fell from a pole. He fell from a utility pole. He was climbing. Of course, the guys are here in Grenada, and they are installing fiber optic cables. All right, and so far they have done an amazing job. But there was an unfortunate incident where one of the workers, they were climbing down the pole and fell. The ambulance was called in as a precaution. They say that they were taking precautionary measures and of course called in the ambulance. Now we have followed up on him. We asked a few questions and we were told that Mr. Perez is recovering nicely. He injured his wrist, but he is expected to have good recovery. At least, so we wanted to share that with you at least, guys. So I know for the people who are concerned, at least you know now that he will be okay. So he's not at hospital. He was discharged. He was treated and discharged, and I was told that he is at home resting. In fact, we spoke to one of his workers on the scene, and they were saying that as he was climbing down the pole, he fell. All right, and they didn't want to use their own judgment to analyze the situation, and so they called the ambulance and everything went nicely. All right, so that is it right there. How are we looking for time? All right. Oh God, I never hear that yet. And for the avoidance of doubt, I saw a lot of conversations about this, and I had to shake my head. I do not know whether people were actually genuine in some of the comments they're making, or if we just have no clue. And it to an extent said that we still have a lot of work to do in terms of to some degree educating our people on the whole journalism profession, educating people on what the law says and so on, because sometimes you realize some people just want to do your work for you. But if I should just summarize, there was absolutely nothing wrong in the manner the report was being done on Saturday. In fact, all precautions were taken, as we do with all incidents. We observe the severity of the incident. We observe whether or not there are any parameters set up. We observe everything before making a report. All right. We also delay reports based on what it is about. All right. So in this particular case, this report was delayed by 1 hour and a half. All right, to ensure that if somebody who was close to him doesn't know about it, at least they get to know about it before we publish. In just keeping in mind, what you should do as a journalist who follows the rules of the profession. All right, and just rest assured that every situation that we attend to, we approach all these scenarios with caution, keeping in mind all recognized journalistic principles, and of course, being sensitive to all involved. But again, news would be news, and sometimes we will not always agree on what needs to be reported on. But that is why a journalist does a journalist's work. A plumber does a plumber's work. A dentist does a dentist's work. All right? You get the point. So can we move on? Good. Now we are moving on, people. Is more news in Ole Lily Lolo. Now, Brother B is releasing a big hit. Now, what makes it so interesting is because just about 3 weeks ago, also, we reported on a particular incident. We reported on something where a Trinidadian was unsatisfied with the fact that there were 5 Grenadians represented at the International Soca Monarch. So, here's what. Brother B decided to write a whole song on the business. And not only that, he wrote a song on the business, he also had actually a video on it. Folks, these guys have to be credited for being so creative. He spoke to us about a song.
The video is based on was based in addressing a situation that been done to the guys, you know, the how you call them, the Fantastic Five, though. Yeah, you know, and congratulations to the guys again, and something that been said on that, you know, and down in TNT, and I mean, I just addressed it though, and I felt like it was done a week before, you know, the final. Could have done, but I didn't want to put no brakes on them, you know, the guys, so I decided to release it after. And it was, I mean, trust me, man, the support and the love that is being getting, man, I'm telling you, it's love, yeah.
So he says it's all about love, all right? No, people, I don't know if the person who made the comments that he spoke about will get the opportunity to see the video. But, well, yeah, well, you know what? Once he's on Mikey Live, chances are that he will see the business. Folks, let's take a piece of the thing that Brother B is launching tonight. Check it out.
Right now, I'm a little upset with the Soca Monarch thing. You understand? And number one, if we open up the Soca Monarch, which I think was a very bad idea, it should have a cap. We're not supposed to have 4 Grenadians in the finals. I don't care what nobody say. Your song big, yes, but we are losing our culture. What the hell is this? That where the Grenadians must come to take over?
I see your facts, red facts. What happened to that boy? Hey boy, take jab up in your mother. Take jab up in your mother. Why you hurting when you see that trending? Take it easy, let me teach you history. Boy, best style, drink some water before you fall. Why you acting radical when they call it international? Hey boy, take jab up in your mother. Take jab up in your mother. Like you forget Mighty Sparrow, Valentino, Monroe, and Super Blow. Hey boy, what is wrong with you? Don't know what is your issue. Go back and check your interview. I don't know, boy, what is wrong with you? In 19, you're 64, your Dusty was bomber, and all of them is responsible for them building up the culture. And if you never did know, the family came straight from Grenada. It's a long time they've been trending and they've been taking it far, boy. Take jab up in your mother. Take jab up in your mother. Take jab up in your mother. Why you hurting when you see them trending? Take it easy, let me teach you history. Boy, best style, drink some water before you fall. Why you acting radical when they call it international? Hey boy, take jab up in your mother. Take jab up in your mother. Take jab.
Listen, you don't want to mess with Grenadians, you know. I tell you, you don't want to mess with Grenadians because when they're done with you, they're done. Listen, Brother B, that was a really good one. Take jab. Can't repeat the words, but that was I'm gonna give Brother B a clap, please. Now you can check out his video on YouTube after the program. It take all the time. All right. Now, But Abi also wanted to take the opportunity, just before we wrap up this segment, but Abi just wanted to take the opportunity to congratulate the guys who went down to Trinidad. He said they did really well.
Well, personally, I think that those guys, you know, did extremely good, you know what I mean, at the same time too, well done, you know, performance. I think right now, the world can see, you know what I mean, our style and soca music for really what it is though, and see what, you know, we've been putting in for the years. So, I mean, I just want to say congratulations to the guys, man. I mean, as a fellow artist, who can be more proud than that though? I mean, yeah, man.
Yeah, yes, man, how you mean? Big up to all the whole self. Now, all you, the next thing that we have to tell all you know, yesterday was a big show, Buju Banton mashed up the place. Was it yesterday, last night, right? But anyway, was it Saturday night? Anyway, one of them. I think it was Saturday. Yeah. It is now left, and that is news coming out of Jamaica. I ain't making it up. All right? It is now left up to Mark Myrie Jr., the son of Buju Banton, to obtain a medical report to substantiate his claim that he was physically assaulted by his father, Mark Myrie Sr., popularly known as Buju Banton, before the police can decide if any charges should be laid. I ain't making it up. Now, according to the Police Corporate Communications Unit, the CCU, Buju Banton's son, who is a producer, well-known producer, his name is known as Marcus, filed a police report on March 14, a couple of days ago, alleging that he was called to a meeting by his father, which was also attended by 2 other persons. During the meeting, the elder Myrie, this is Buju Banton now, allegedly, grabbed his son by the throat before punching him in the mouth. And he's reporting now. He then pushed him against a wall where he continued squeezing his throat. A CCU spokesman told News Out of Jamaica, citing a report that was made by Buju Banton's son. Now, I ain't making it up. So, the son go and make a report, right? And now they're saying to substantiate the claim, you have to go and see a doctor. And if you come back with the doctor paper that says XYZ, then yeah. I never hear that yet. 2 weeks ago, we heard of reports on about Buju Banton's son writing all sort of thing on Instagram and blah blah blah. But it now seems that things would have escalated. You see, if we are to believe the report that his son is making, right? So people, we're not really gonna try to get involved in the business, you know what I mean? So we go watch and see what's going on. We go watch on the outside. Yeah, we go stay outside and watch what really going on in the business. Buju Banton had a nice comeback concert, boy, on the weekend. But if you see people, what? You don't see people, boy. And he's due to be in Grenada too in May to perform at the Night of Love. Nah, I can't promote shows for free, man. What is that, Judah? You have to put, listen, if you want that show sell out, you have to bring that show on that program. Man. Tell Judah if you want that show. Hey, if you want that show to thing, you know. Yeah, you have to make that. You have to bring that show on the program, boy. Anyway, big up Akira and them. Akira, if you want that show sell out, that show must make a Mikey live, you know. Folks, we are setting up to talk to the manufacturers, if you want to call them that, of some ice cream in the country, boy. So last night we go to the supermarket and thing, and we see ice cream. Listen, when I see flavors of ice cream, so I ball people, you know what I mean? So we set up an interview to talk to them people because the ice cream making right here in Grenada, boy. Listen, ice cream flavors. Listen, if you hear flavors, when I hear things, so listen, you have ginger, you have bay leaf, you have callaloo, you know. You have callaloo. Olive. If somebody tell you that long enough to know, to see when you have callaloo ice cream, all that, say they lie. Listen, people, I'm making it up. They say you have callaloo, avocado, bay leaf, banana, beet, breadfruit. Breadfruit, you know. Breadfruit, look, I ain't even making it up. Cassava, chocolate, cinnamon, coconut, coffee. cookie and cream. That. Now, miss, you're going too far with that one. Dashing ice cream. Dashing ice cream. Dashing, you know. What if you can roll, yeah? Lemongrass, pumpkin, sour soup. Well, yeah, we hear about that already. So it's ice cream with a purpose. So what I'm saying is we don't have much time on the program tonight. We set up an interview with the lady. We go talk to them about the business and we put it on the program for all to see about it because that ice cream had to go global. I don't know them people. I taste the thing and I thought it was a good initiative and we gonna make the ice cream go global. I hope them people have enough ice cream to supply the country. And I mean, folks, we are the national report and then coming up in a moment and also take all the time with me. I'm coming back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We can't wait for carnival, drinking rum and getting on, roaming all over the tongue. That is how we are, we fun. Whoa, ooh yeah, whoa, ooh yeah. Well, foreigners from all over, coming down to Grenada. Yes, they like in the job. Yes, they like in Spice Mass. Whoa, ooh yeah, whoa. Grenada to the world. They can't wait for us to come. They can't wait for us to come. Oh, you come. Split the rum, bring the gun. They can't. Get in your section, get in your direction. Get in your section, get in your direction. Follow the mass going, and we going, and we going. Let's follow the mass going, and we going, and we going. Get in your section.
It's a new year, so how about a new look? At Quartz Optical, we have the latest brand names and styles. Plus, get 20% off credit on 12 to 24 months. Instant credit approval while you are being tested. Get 15% off cash, so you can get that new frame to go into the new year. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest, fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Special conditions apply.
Yes, we're looking pretty. Folks, what we have for you right now is the National Report.
Green Climate Fund appeals to small island states to utilize available funding for capacity building. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Monday, March 18th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. The Green Climate Fund wants small island states to take advantage of its offer of $3 million per country as support to develop their adaptation plans or pipeline of projects that should be aligned with their country programs. This is in addition to the $1 million cap per year or per country for capacity building support for strategies in their institutions. During a recent workshop on smart integration of climate change adaptation in the Caribbean, Green Climate Fund's representative, Ms. Jessica Jacob, says small island states need to take greater advantage of these resources.
We are not promoting, and I don't think it's a good practice, and we have seen that in several countries, to take directly the $3 million. If you want to, you can. But we believe that and even more in small island states, $3 million is a lot of resources, and we can do them per phases, for example. So you can think of how you're going to do your plan in hopefully a year. Don't take 3 years. Ideally, then next year, depending on what are the gaps, what are the findings, etc., think about how you're going to build the proper pipeline aligned with other efforts that you're already doing with other donors. And then not try to really strategize, let's say, in a short term, but it could be as well per sectors, as I mentioned before. It could be more, for example, focusing on the resilience of your infrastructure. So it depends on each of the countries how they want to see it, but the resources are there.
The only Caribbean countries currently utilizing these resources are Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, and the Dominican Republic. Ms. Jacob is urging small island states to start working on the priority projects that the funds can be utilized for, not just at the national level.
So we're developing, for example, with the region, since the structured dialogue in Belize 2 years ago, a regional proposal on how we can support at the different regional national level, the improvement of everything related to early warning system, articulating the different initiatives that are around there, seeing where are the gaps, investing already in technology, etc. So we're developing as well regional approach, even if we have this national support that I mentioned just before, and a little bit the intention is, no, whoever is there, no, let's use these resources, let's use them smartly. We have learned from different experience, not only in the Caribbean, but worldwide, on how these resources are being used. No, the proposals approved are there in the website. No, we can take a look at it. Grenada will be the lone Caribbean territory in the international Brain Bee competition in Daegu, South Korea later this year. Giovanni Thomas of the J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School will face the finalists from around the world in the competition in September. He won the National Brain Bee Challenge following intense competition at the St. George's University on Saturday. We get more details from Annette Moore.
The Grenada National Brain Bee Challenge Finals took place on Saturday, March 16th at the St. George's University after several zonal rounds to select the finalist. While Giovanni Thomas was declared the winner, Rakiba Caton Bain of Westmoreland Secondary placed second, and coming in third was Joshua Duncan of the Grenada Boys Secondary School. There was a tie for fourth place between Nafisa Bahayat and Naomi Dantrud, both of Westmoreland Secondary. In 2018, GBSS captured the winning title with the outstanding performance of Giovanni de Gans, who later placed second with a 1-point difference from the winner of the International Brain Bee competition in Berlin, Germany. The Grenada National Brain Bee Challenge is a competition between secondary school students from forms 3 to 5, where all questions asked relate to the brain. It is fashioned after the Spelling Bee competition with 3 phases: 1, a preliminary stage; 2, the zonal stage; and 3, the finals. During Saturday's competition, Giovanni outclassed his competitors by providing an unexpectedly specific answer to the last question posed, which determined the winner. There was the live competition, Phase 1, Clash of the Brains, and Phase 2, Last Man Standing. At the end of the brain bashing competition, Giovanni Thomas took the title.
The question was, what does beta secretase cut from larger proteins leading to increased plaques and elevated risk for Alzheimer's dementia? Our correct answer was amyloid peptides. One of the contestants provided beta amyloid peptides. It is super specific. So, beta amyloids is a protein fragment snipped from the amyloid precursor. So in a healthy brain, yes, beta amyloid will be the best answer for this case.
As his package of prizes, Giovanni received a computer tablet sponsored by the People's Group, a credit union account from Communal Cooperative Credit Union, shares from Ariza Credit Union, the winner's trophy, also sponsored by Communal Cooperative Credit Union, a trip to Daegu, Korea from September 21st to 25th, 2019, and neuroscience texts. The second, third, and fourth place contestants also received special prizes. All 15 finalists received stethoscopes, certificates of participation, and shares from Ariza Credit Union. In the essay competition, Giovanni Thomas also captured first place, receiving electronic gadgets sponsored by Hankey's Computer Services, while second place went to Sekou Sam of the GBSS. There was a tie for third place by Tiha Patrice of Hillsborough Secondary and Amy Chase of GBSS. The Facebook People's Choice Award winner was Corey Boyd of the Presentation Brothers College, who received the trophy sponsored by the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. The School Challenge Trophy went to the J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School and was also sponsored by the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
Thank you, Annette. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
This Wednesday, March 20th, we head to the Progress Park for the Eastern Zonal Meet of the National Secondary School Games. Come see powerhouses: St. David's Catholic Secondary, St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary, St. Joseph's Convent Grenville, Grenville Secondary, and the Grenada Christian Academy. So this Wednesday, 20th March, Progress Park, and then on Friday, 22nd March, we head to the Hillsborough playing field for the Northern Zone, which features Hillsborough Secondary and Bishop's College. Admission to all these games absolutely free. Our nation's children still have a dream. The opportunity will shape their destiny. Your games, your future. Progress Park this Wednesday.
Welcome back. The government of Grenada is taking steps to merge two of its flagship projects, the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program SIAP, into a single program called Rural Development. The merger is intended to bring greater efficiency to the government's work aimed at enhancing rural development and improving the lives of persons in rural areas. The newly initiated joint approach for SIAP is funded primarily by the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, through a loan and supplementary loan totaling just under US $6.5 million, a loan of US $3 million from the Caribbean Development Bank, and a counterpart financing of US $2 million from government. Contributions will also come from the Grenada Industrial Development Corporation and beneficiaries of the Rural Development Initiatives. The BNTF component of the program is funded through grants from the Caribbean Development Bank, amounting to just over US $2.5 million, and funding from the government of Grenada valued at US $590,340. Meeting with IFAD officials visiting Grenada recently, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell said the merger will give effect to much needed synergies and cost savings. Meetings have already been held with various stakeholders, and IFAD is currently finalizing administrative activities in preparation for the first disbursement of funds. Among the initiatives to be undertaken by Rural Development in collaboration with stakeholders are the training of 160 youth in life skills, business support for young entrepreneurs, training of extension officers and fisheries officers, and the rehabilitation of 5 rural roads. Continuing with the news, Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has pledged his support for cricket competitions in St. Andrew and St. David. At a meeting with members of the newly elected St. Andrews Cricket League executive last Friday, the Prime Minister welcomed the news that the 2019 league features 32 teams competing in 3 divisions. Dr. Mitchell encouraged the new executive to do all within its power to promote the growth and development of cricket in the parish that has created several excellent cricketers. The executive members shared some of their plans with the Prime Minister, including the intention to have cricket year-round in St. Andrew with the staging of a women's competition, a T20 competition, and 2-day matches. The Prime Minister, an avid cricket fan, has also thrown support behind the St. Mark's cricket competition. At a recent prize-giving ceremony for the 2018 competition, which was also supported by Sandals Grenada, Dr. Mitchell handed over trophies and prize money to the winning teams. In addition to congratulating the winners, he encouraged the organizing committee to continue providing a platform for youngsters to improve their talent, while at the same time promoting fitness at the community level. The Prime Minister also commended members of the business community who continue to support sporting events such as the cricket competitions. And finally, Grenada is once again joining the rest of the world in observing World Social Work Day. The Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, through its Social Services Division, have already begun hosting activities to mark the occasion. The Ministry's Public Relations Officer, Delroy Louison, has the details.
The 2019 World Social Work Day highlights promoting the importance of human relationships. World Social Work Day will be observed on March 19, 2019. It is a key day in the year that social workers worldwide stand together to celebrate the achievements of the profession and take the theme message into their communities, workplaces, and to their governments to raise awareness of the social work contributions and the need for further action. Here in Grenada, it is no different, as the ministry with responsibility for social workers, the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, along with its collaborating partners, namely the Child Protection Authority and the Grand Case Roving Caregivers, have been heightening awareness on the work of these individuals and strengthening human relationships. On Friday, 15th March, the ministry took to the streets of Guelph and Victoria to meet with community members and visited the residential homes in both parishes. At the end, they gathered at the Cuthbert Peters Park for lunch. Acting Chief Social Development Officer Delroy Date speaks of the importance of human relationships.
We would have visited the two geriatric home, that is Child Memorial Home and Hillview Home, and we would have made certain presentation there to them because we know that our senior folks were very instrumental in the development of this country, and somehow they have been forgotten. And we thought that if we are looking at human relationship and the importance of it, we thought that we need to include them. So we would have focused this year on our elderly folks in our community, and that is why we are out here. We basically would have met with them, we would have visited some shut-ins in both communities, and would have let them know how much we are appreciative of what they would have been doing for us.
Public Relations Officer of the Child Protection Authority, Janelle Grant Hamlet, sees the opportunity as significant.
We're always happy to be able to go out and interact with our clients and potential clients, and just to share the message of the importance of child protection and different issues like that. With the theme being the importance of human relationships, we thought it was good to share information on the different forms of child protection and even the services that we offer, foster care and adoption, and to just raise awareness generally about what child protection is, because some persons have a misconception of what it is that we do. So we thought it was an excellent opportunity to just clarify our roles and to just invite persons to call and get information about the services that we offer.
As is customary every year, the social workers attend church as a unified body, and this year the church chosen was the Grand Roy Roman Catholic Church this past Sunday. To culminate the commemoration, the ministry will officially open its sub-office in Guelph on Tuesday, which will serve the parishes of St. John and St. Mark. For the National Report, I'm Delroy Louison.
Thank you, Delroy. That story just ended the National Report for today, Monday, March 18th. Recapping the top story. Green Climate Fund appeals to small island states to utilize available funding for capacity building. On behalf of all those who made this newscast possible, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Thank you very much, Rikisha. We run out of time, and we just want to give you the weather. Precipitation is expected to be about 14%, humidity 79%, wind 31 kilometers per hour. All right, guys, and the minimum temperature is expected to be just around 25 degrees Celsius. That's as far as we can go. We want to big up everybody on the program, even the razor blade. Y'all are easy, y'all something else. Anyway, we have run out of time, so we have to run. We want to say thank you to everybody for being on the program, all right, guys, and we're going to come back tomorrow. God's willing, we're going to have a very interesting program. What we left out today, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. I'm sorry that I cannot call out all the names tonight because we have exhausted all the time allotted for tonight's program. I want to say again, thank you, how much I appreciate you. I saw all your comments, and I appreciate all the love and support and encouragement from all the viewers of the program. Those of you who are on WPG10, we want to thank you as well, and we wish all the best for you and your family as well. God bless you, and we will be back tomorrow, God's willing. Guys, let's do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we all say ja no. Good night, everyone.
Right now, I'm a little upset with the Soca Monarch thing. You understand? And number one, if we open up the Soca Monarch, which I think was a very bad idea, it should have a cap. We're not supposed to have 4 Grenadians in the finals. I don't care what nobody say. Your song big, yes, but we are losing our culture. What the hell is this? That where the Grenadians must come to take over?
I see your facts, red facts. What happened to that boy? Hey boy, take jab, up in your manda. Take jab, up in your manda. Why you fretting when you see them trending? Take it easy, let me teach you history. Boy, best style, drink some water before you fall. Why you acting radical when they call it international? Hey boy, take jab, up in your manda. Take jab, up in your mother. Like you forget Mikey Sparrow, Valentino, Monroe, and Super Blow. Hey boy, what is wrong with you? Don't know what is your issue. Go back and check your interview. I don't know boy, what is wrong with you? In 19, you're 64, your Desi was bomber. And all of them is responsible for them building up the culture. And if you never did know, the family came straight from Grenada. It's a long time they've been trending and they've been taking it far, boy. Take jab up in your mother. Take jab up in your mother. Why you fretting when you see them trending? Take it easy, let me teach you history. Boy, best style, drink some water before you fall. Why you acting radical when they call it international? Hey boy, take jab up in your mother. Take jab up in your mother. I want you to load them. I beg you to load them, load them. Anyway, they jab touch, he just create problem. So I want you to load them, load them. You don't know the job profile, all kind of skills and no style. Hey boy, load them. When jab them step in there, they will mash your fed them clear. And the jab they don't care. Do this thing right anywhere. When the girl them wind down there, they will wind up on their rear. I know that you're not from here. Ask Grandad, hear what he will say. Take jab up in your